Hello everyone and welcome into today's presentation of WBBL basketball. We are here live for the last time this season from Archers Arena in Cardiff, Wales. I'm Atticus Peed. Reese Jones will be joining me in just a moment. Thank you everybody for tuning in today for this game. This is the last home game of the year for the Cardiff Met Archers, and more importantly, the last home game ever in the WBBL for Sarah Wagstaff. Reese Jones joining me here. Reese, Sarah is an all-time legend. She has been here for 18 years, 2004, since Cardiff Metropolitan University was known as the Uick Steelers. I had no idea, but she's been here for so long, and every single season she has been such a big part of this team. Consistently played almost every single game, averaged double-digit scoring every single season. She has been their leader for such a long time. She is a huge part, not just of this team on the court, but off the court. We've been able to work with her throughout the year. She's helped us set up these streams and do everything possible to help out this team. Reese, she's an all-time Archer legend. She is the Archer legend. When you talk about Cardiff Met Archer basketball, she's it, Reese.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been here in the Archers Arena for 4 years now, and she has been the blood and soul of Cardiff Met Archers basketball. She has been so ingrained in this program, like you said, for 18 years now, but especially since I've been here in the last 4 years in terms of coaching and mentoring. Mainly off the court is where I've seen her impact, but you know, we cannot take away what she's done on the court in this league for the past 18 years. Like you said, you ran through some of those stats. At certain points in her career, she was shooting 30+% from three, you know, scoring double-digit points for pretty much the entirety of her career here. And she's just been so important to this program here in terms of building it to what it is today.
Well, this season she's provided 15 minutes off the bench in every single game for the Archers so far, all except for just a couple. But throughout her entire career, she has been just everything for this Cardiff Met team on the court, both in the WBBL and other leagues that they participated in. She's averaged double-digit scoring for Cardiff Met in just about every season. Their first seasons in the WBBL, when they first made the playoffs, she's their leading scorer, 14.5 points per game, and pretty much every way you look at it, she is just such a big part of this team's identity. This team exists today, both as it is now in the WBBL and in other organizations and leagues, in large part due to her. So we're thrilled with the chance we have tonight to see her one last time here at Archers Arena, her last ever WBBL game. This will be appearance number 107. That is one of the top in league history. She's the top Cardiff Met scorer, over 1,000 points. Nobody is within 500 points of her. That record's going to stand for quite a long time, if not forever. Reese, this is just a chance we have to send an all-time great out on a high note today. And Cardiff Met will be looking to do that as they look for a win here against the Newcastle Eagles today. Both these teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. Eagles have only brought 5 players with them on the road today. Their season just ended in dramatic fashion. Obviously, they lost to the Essex Rebels a couple of days ago, officially knocked out of playoff contention. So today, both teams playing for pride here and playing for one last momentum push ahead of the upcoming offseason, Reese.
Absolutely. I mean, 5 players, when I saw them rock up, I was like, oof. I mean, not a whole lot of, you know, extra legs to bring off the bench. In fact, no legs off the bench to bring off. So I think Cardiff Met have got a pretty easy game plan here in terms of trying to get a victory in Sarah Wagstaff's last home game. I think they just need to, you know, rotate heavy and try to, you know, stay in the game, if not take control of the game in the first half, and then the second half just go at them and attack and, you know, go at their tired legs. So I think Cardiff Met are going to be very hopeful to give Sarah Wagstaff a victory on her last home game here at the Archers Arena.
Scoring is going to be the big problem for the Eagles here today. They've only got 5 players. Again, between the 4 of them, they averaged 34 points, or between the 5 of them, rather. They averaged 34 points between all 5 who are on the floor today. Those 5 are number 3, Chloe Gaynor, number 5, Marina Fernandez, she's the captain, number 8, Rachel Bland, 16, Molly Arnold, and 25, Lane Murphy. So just not a lot of scoring on the court right now. Lots of rotation that they're trying to do, of course. You know, it's the end of the season. You've just been eliminated from the playoffs. This is a tough way to go out, so you're looking for a win here, try to close out the season strong. May not happen, of course. Cardiff Met look pretty motivated. We've seen that in the warm-ups today, Reese. They are very, very motivated. They've been working really high intensity on their warm-up for the past hour. They've been here all day, and we've seen this. They are all ready for Sarah Wagstaff's last home game and just to try to get one more home win before the end of the season.
Definitely. I mean, disappointing not to see Maddie McVicker here. We were hoping to see the battle of the American guards, as you've been telling me before the game between Lauren Psyche and Maddie McVicker, and unfortunately she's not going to be making an appearance here today for Newcastle. But yeah, like you said, Cardiff Met have been here all day running and coaching some camps. A couple of these players here coaching some of the camps, but they've just been drilled in, locked in to try to get this victory here for Sarah on her last game.
Well, one thing we're looking out for as well, starting 5 for the Archers today, number 3, Lauren Psyche, 8 is Sarah Jorgensen, 13, Kim Kang, 15, Mara Marcazzati, and 22, Shannon Hatch. No Issy Bunyan and Karis Roy today for the Archers, so we'll probably see Sarah Wagstaff for 20-25 minutes off the bench here in her last ever home game. We're just about ready for the opening tip-off here. You'll see Shannon Hatch there on the left-hand side of your screen, rather. She averages 19.3 points per game, second in the league. Tip up and away. Newcastle take the ball to start us off. And they'll start things here, trying to get in behind to Rachel Blanche, who'll go up and then stripped out. And a foul called there on Lauren Psyche. So 2 free throws to come here for the Eagles. 5 seconds into the game. They're already at the free throw line. Rachel Bland at the line right now. 18 games she's played so far this season. Averages just about 5 points per game in 26 minutes. See what she can do here at the free throw line. Averages 64% from the free throw line this season. She'll miss the first. It's in and out. This is her. Let's talk about players who have been here in the program for a long time, Reese. Rachel's been part of the Newcastle program for 7 years now. Different spells, of course, but she's been part of this program for 7 years. It's a big part of that team's identity as well. She'll miss that second free throw.
Definitely. I think it's really important today to get some players who maybe haven't had the regular game time, the regular minutes, and try to build up some momentum for them going into the offseason and going into next season as well.
Inside, looking for Marcazzati. She can't corral it. Finally does. We'll throw it back to Jorgensen. 5 seconds left to go. Hatch from 3. Can't knock it down. The fight for the rebound. But Chloe Gaynor brings it down.
And I'm fine with Shannon taking that shot. We saw her last week, or actually over the weekend. She knocked down quite a few threes. She knocked down 2 for 2 to start off their game and then kind of fell off a little bit towards the end. But I'm happy to see her take those shots.
Drive inside from Gaynor, goes up strong and rolls in and out. Newcastle to the free throw line for 2 more free throws here. Still nothing on the board so far. Talking of Shannon Hatch, she's got 405 points on the season. She'll likely finish second. Brooklyn Pennell is in first at 469 points. So Pennell should have the scoring title. But Hatch averages 19.3 points per game. Pennell averages 20.3. So we've done the math a little bit. If she gets about 45 points tonight and about 35 to 40 in her next game, she could catch that 20 mark. She could get back on top for the scoring average. She could pull it off here.
Those are some elite numbers she's got to hit, but she is an elite player, so I wouldn't write her off.
Well, Newcastle bricked both free throws there. So 0 of 4 from the free throw line early are the Eagles. Cardiff Met looking to get their first points on the board. A minute into the game here. Marcazzati backing down on Gaynor. Spins around. Can't get it. Gets the offensive rebound. Knocks it in and one.
Big start from Mara here today. And she's got the height advantage. She's got a good 2 or 3 inches over Newcastle's tallest player. So I'm hoping she can use that size to her advantage and have a dominant game that we've seen in weeks past, but we missed out on over the last weekend.
Well, Reese, one thing I think we should look out for, Marcazzati's been playing much more physically these past few weeks. She'll knock down the free throw, complete the three-point play. But a big part of this, obviously, Newcastle have nobody on the bench. So if she can foul out Chloe Gaynor, Chloe Gaynor could be off the floor, and then they'd be down to 4 players. So we'll see a lot of that from Marcazzati today. That shot, nowhere for the Eagles.
I would hope that doesn't happen. From a Cardiff Met perspective, obviously, you'll take what you can get, but I would like to see as competitive a game as possible.
Covering the ball there is Murphy. She'll get it out to Marina Fernandez. Captain for the Eagles today. Fernandez has it. Flips it out to the top. Gaynor's going to fake from 3 and won't take it. She'll hand it off to Rachel Bland here. She'll take a 3. That one's off the back iron and out. Psyche to take us up the court for the Archers. 3-0 lead. Cardiff Met on top. Just over a minute and a half into the game. Jorgensen doesn't like the pass inside, so they'll flip it over to Psyche to reset things on the weak side. Hatch is wide open from the top. Drives inside instead. Loses the handle. Stolen away, Newcastle basketball. Far side to Fernandez. Fernandez has a bit of a mismatch here. She'll get a double team there and goes out to the opposite end. Another 3 for the Eagles. Off the mark and out. And still going to be Eagle basketball.
This is just about the worst, at least offensive start that Newcastle could have hoped for right now. 0 points. They've missed 4 free throws. Airballed a few threes now. And, like I mentioned at the start of the game, they need to come out the blocks early and try to build up the biggest lead they possibly can, or else in the second half, the legs aren't going to be working for them.
Fernandez's hook shot is off. Newcastle had the long drive down here today. That's a tough trip. Psyche tries to spin into the paint. She'll be forced back. King's wide open from 3. She'll take it. Off the mark and out. And then it's stolen away by Kim King, so does well to recover there. Psyche weak side again. She's got Marcazzati on the screen and roll waiting. She'll take the pull up 2. That one's off again. Eagles recover it. So nobody really hitting any shots here, Reese.
No. That one was a Lauren Psyche staple right there. Just to pull up off balance. But that's such a difficult shot that she usually makes look easy.
Fernandez, jab step, drives, pulls up from deep 2. You got to look for a better shot than that. And that's not going to go anywhere. Psyche spins around. And then a no-look pass over to Hatch. It's knocked down. Jorgensen's got it. No. And then recovered the Michael Gainer. You can already see knocked out of bounds. This will be Eagle basketball. But you can already see the fatigue starting to set in here. Newcastle players, you got to play all 40 minutes. That's a long shift tonight.
And that fact is just going to set in more and more as this game goes on. As Sarah Wagstaff finally checks into the game, getting her the start to her final minutes here on this Arches Arena floor.
This will be the last time we'll see here as part of the WBBL. She'll likely still play for the Archers and other squads. WNBL perhaps, maybe something else, but WBBL, this is it for her. 107th appearance that she's making here today. Gainer spins around, it's off the iron and out. Good defense from Marcazzati. Psyche to take this one up the court. Gets it over to Sarah Wagstaff now. She'll drive inside, try to beat Molly Arnold, and we'll flip it back instead. Jorgensen. Wide open, she'll step back and fake it. Won't take that shot. 8 to go now. Psyche floats it inside. Marcazzati double team, back to Psyche, needs to get a shot up here. 3 seconds, no look pass. What a dump off, what a basket.
That is the perfect possession from an Archer perspective. You move the ball, you get that Newcastle defense moving around, trying to exert all their energy. You get a basket at the end.
But you can see they ran that energy there. Totally missed the pass on that one. Another no-look pass. Hatch wide open. Lights it off the glass. 7-0 Cardiff Met run. You're going to see a lot more of that tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And a lot of those points in transition as well. Those are going to be very fruitful for Cardiff Met here tonight.
Fernandez trying to get Newcastle on the board at all right now. Turnaround jumper. It's off again. Swatted back out. They'll get a reset here on the shot clock. Fernandez is going to take a quick 3. That time she knocks it down. Finally, Newcastle on the board over 4 minutes into the game. 7-3, Cardiff Met with a 4-point lead. Psyche from 3, takes her time, spots it up, knocks it down.
Wow, I haven't seen a whole lot of that this season. Usually, I mean, it's not that I don't see a whole lot of her making those shots, but she usually just doesn't take those. She'll try to take on the ISO play, but that time she had loads of space. Newcastle gave her too much space, and she knocked it down.
She averages 27% from 3, does Lauren Psyche. Fernandez takes that shot, banks it in. Speaking of threes, Fernandez averaging 24% from 3, and she's just knocked down 2 right there. Psyche drive inside here on Fernandez. We'll flip it over to Marcazzati on the mismatch. Pretty much everybody on the floor is going to be a mismatch against Maria Marcazzati. She'll knock in her 7th point. We'll go to a timeout here called by the Eagles. 12-6. Cardiff Met on top by 6. Bottom 5 minutes of the first quarter. So Reese, fast start here.
Fast start, and Newcastle started to grow into that quarter there. A couple made threes there from Fernandez. She attempts 5 a game, so I have a feeling she's going to be attempting a lot more than 5 here tonight. Especially
how many do you think? 15?
Yeah, probably. It's probably going to be a lot of early shots and not a lot of ball movement on offense from them as the game goes on. And yeah, Cardiff Met have played this first quarter, the first couple minutes of the first quarter, exactly how they needed to. Move the ball on offense. After a few minutes anyway. Move the ball on offense, get the defense moving, lots of passes, not as much one-on-one ISO plays, and make sure you get your best possible shot. That one possession that ended with Psyche dipping it into Marcazzati in the paint with about a second left on the shot clock is absolutely perfect. That's what they need to aim for every single possession.
Basically, anytime Lauren Psyche's got the ball, good things are going to happen for the Archer squad. Already got 2 assists here to go with 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 points.
Wow.
You're going to see that stat line fill up today. We'll see how long she'll stay in the game. If Cardiff Met keep this up, of course. Right now, they're still looking for that win. If you can end the season strong here, they've got 5 wins on the season. Another win would put them at 6th, and they'd get 12 points on the season if they do that. They're likely locked into 11th here. Newcastle should have the points tiebreaker over them, so Cardiff Met probably stuck in 11th to finish out the season, but if you can get a win here and then a strong showing against Caledonia to finish the season on Sunday, that's a good end to the season. And then a steal here on the inbound from Shannon Hatch. Psyche will drive inside to the paint, draws 2 defenders, flips it back to Jorgensen, running floater, rolls up and in.
Newcastle need to do something to stop the momentum that Cardiff Met have going their way right now. Another pull-up from Fernandez, doesn't fall. And that's just what a lot of this game is going to be for Newcastle. Quick buckets, not a whole lot of time off the shot clock.
Hatch from 3, knocks it down. Cardiff Met on fire right now on 17 points. Shannon Hatch is just getting started as well. That's her 5th point. We're going to see a lot more of those.
2 for 5 from 3. Cardiff Met, 40% so far. Small sample size, but if they can keep that up as the game goes on, I don't know if Newcastle are going to be able to stay in this for a whole lot longer.
Newcastle have taken 10 shots. Fernandez has taken 6 of those. She'll dump it off to the inside. Nice little reverse layup there from Chloe Gaynor with one hand. She'll knock that one down. So 17-8, it's a 9-point Archer lead.
Great finish there from Gaynor.
Marcazotti spinning around Gaynor now, gets it over to Wagstaff. She'll fake and drive inside. Her favorite play, lays it off the glass. No, Hatch on the offensive board. We're gonna reset here, 8 seconds left to go. Psyche takes a shot anyway. She's not missing anything right now. Knocks down another 3 for Cardiff Met.
Wow, it's one of the best 3-point shooting nights I've seen from Cardiff Met so far.
Already 3 of 7 right now are the Archers. 20-8 lead, another 3 there from Fernandez, no. Offensive board rolls off, and this will be Archer basketball. So Cardiff Met up by 12, Reese. They average about 65.5 points per game this season. They've already got 20. I think they can hit 100 here today at this pace. They're off to a great start.
We said that against Oakland as well, and then things started to peter off towards the end of the game. And, you know, I think it's possible, especially as the game goes on with no subs for Newcastle. I think the points are only going to keep flowing, but I'm interested to see the squad rotation here as Cardiff Met with a bit of an unforced turnover there.
They've only gone to the bench for Sarah Wagstaff so far. Again, Issy Bunyan, Karis Roy missing today, your 2 usual players who are a big part of this rotation. So we're at the end of the season, you kind of shorten things up or use more of your rotation how you like. Fernandez at the top of the arc here for Newcastle, driving around. Handle the ball for almost the entire shot clock, lays it off the glass, and 1 to come here from Marina Fernandez. That's an impressive play there, Reese.
Very impressive stuff from Fernandez there, but I think that Newcastle are showing all their tricks early, and their tricks is basically give the ball to Fernandez and see what happens. So if Cardiff Met can stop her there and try to force the ball into the hands of the other players on the floor, I mean, they're going to have to step up big time if they're going to stay in this game.
This is Fernandez's first year with the Newcastle Eagles, coming off her North Dakota State time, 2 years there in the United States. Misses the free throw. Wagstaff fake, drives inside, lays it up, and it's off. Gets the rebound anyway, and she'll flip it back. Psyche will reset things here for the Archers. Back over to Wagstaff. 10 to go. Dump off inside from Marcazotti. Knocked out of bounds by Chloe Gaynor. This will be Archer basketball again. 8 seconds left on the shot clock here.
And I just love seeing Sarah Wagstaff with a smile on her face as she puts up some shots, gets some rebounds. She's just going to have fun out here tonight.
Dump off inside from Psyche. Not long enough. Gaynor with the steal there. Marina Fernandez on it. She'll flip it to the far side. That pass is just too far and thrown out of bounds. So you can kind of see for the Newcastle offensively, it's going to be a tough one today. They're going through 2 players right now. Chloe Gaynor inside and Marina Fernandez outside. That's about it. And they're down by 10. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Psyche hands it off to Hatch backside. Off the back iron out. And Newcastle basketball here. Fernandez will take this one up. She'll drive inside. Tries to find Rachel Bland on the interior pass, knocked out of bounds. Still Newcastle basketball.
Another substitution here from Cardiff Met. Levi Warren checking into the game here for Marcazotti, which, you know, over the weekend, we saw that was a big issue in terms of the size that they had to compete with. But today, just about an even size matchup here. So I don't think it's going to be a big miss from Marcazotti.
Chloe Gaynor, the tallest player on the floor right now. Shannon Hatch will guard her. You can see that matchup there. That one's missed. Rachel Bland, a good offensive rebound. Gets it back to Arnold. Bland, 3. Corners off the rim and out. Good play there for the Eagles, though. Lots of applause on the bench. They like what they had there. Jorgens will flip it back, looking for Wagstaff. Plenty of time left. Minute 40 in the first quarter. 12 on the shot clock. Warren's going to take the 3 right away. Off the iron and out, but an offensive rebound once again. Gets it back to Shannon Hatch. Psyche here on the wing, wide open from 3, knocks it down. It's too easy right now for Lauren Psyche. That is 9 points for her, all of them from 3.
100% from behind the arc. She is on fire from 3.
Great start for her today. Averages 15 points per game. She's probably going to get more off the back run out. Warren gets it over to Psyche. Psyche can push this one up the court. Gets it over to Wagstaff. She'll pull things back for Cardiff Met here. Hey, why not? Psyche, another 3. Oh, spins in and out. And then he kicked around on the ground. And this will roll out of bounds. Cardiff Met basketball.
I thought that was it. So audacious.
No hesitation. She pulled up and was ready to go right away. So what we're looking at here for Cardiff Met is Lauren Psyche's got 9 points. She's got 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal to go with it as well. Potentially double-double, maybe triple-double. We'll see what she wants to do today. Psyche on bland defending here. 48 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Jorgensen's got it from 3. No. Bland with the rebound for the Eagles. 9 rebounds for the Eagles so far. 17 for Cardiff Met. 5 of those have been offensive rebounds. So Cardiff Met, a lot more energy here. Deeper squad. They'll be using that to their full advantage all game. Deep shot for the Eagles. That one's off again. 27 seconds left in the first. Dump off inside. Hatch on the run. Lays it off the glass, and it's in once again.
Those points in transition here tonight. We're going to see a lot of Shannon Hatch with another steal and a putback. Wow. That is the last thing Newcastle needed right there, is some free points for Shannon Hatch.
9 points for her now. They double Fernandez in the backcourt. Looking for the 8-second violation. Almost have it. Newcastle can barely even get a shot up. They can't do it. Great defense there from Cardiff Met to close out the first quarter. 27-10. Cardiff Met dominant right now, Reese.
I love seeing some points on the board here for Cardiff Met this season. As you mentioned, only about 65 points a game, and they're already at 27 in the first quarter here. And your math, if my math is correct, they would average 108 if they managed to multiply this for every single quarter. Quick maths.
Well done.
But yeah, I love seeing some points on the board here. A bit of a shame not to see Sarah Wagstaff on the board yet, but it's been a Lauren Psyche and Shannon Hatch so far, as it has been for much of this season, with Mara Marcazotti, chipping in with 7 points of her own. So very, very positive to see a good offensive showing here so far in this first quarter.
Great offensive showing. All 27 points for Cardiff Met have come from their starting 5. 9 from Shannon Hatch, 9 from Lauren Psyche. Obviously, those two could score as many points as they want here today, Reese. It really is just going to be easy for them right now. Psyche's hit 3 threes. Hatch just has the 1, but she's got 3 other 2s that she's knocked down as well. And just really, Cardiff Met, deeper squad. You can see they've got a lot of energy here today. Again, this is Sarah Wagstaff's last ever WBBL home game. They've got plenty of energy to show for it. Lots of fans here to support as well. This is looking great for Cardiff Met so far. Should pick up their 6th win of the season here as well to go with it.
Absolutely, and you mentioned Ben's points. That's been a big issue for Cardiff Met here this season. At the weekend against Leicester, they only had 9 points off the bench, which was a bit of an issue. And you mentioned in this first quarter so far, 0 points from their bench players so far. In the context of this game, in terms of a victory and scoring, it's not really an issue they're going to focus on. I think they're going to comfortably score enough points in this game with their starting 5. But that's something I think they want to build on going into next season, and having a bit more offensive depth to bring in off the bench. I think that's going to be big in terms of Karis Roy and Issy Bunyan getting a bit more game time next season.
Has been a big problem, like you mentioned, Reese. Just not a lot of points off the bench for the Archers this season. If you look at every player on the bench right now, they've got 5 players on the bench. Between all 5 of them, they average 11 points per game, so just not a lot. Obviously, you're missing Issy Bunyan, missing Karis Roy. That's a lot of points that you're leaving off the table there. But still, there's not a lot off the bench for Cardiff Met this season, and that's played a big part in just their 5 wins. Drive inside. That one's going to be kicked out from Shanahan. Hatch knocks it down from the free throw line. 2 more for her. She's got 11.
And I can see her running rampant here tonight, Shannon Hatch. Already 11.
Quick pass inside. That one's going to be taken away there. Archer's going on the sprint on the opposite end. No-look pass over to Shanahan. Tries to dump it off to Shannon Hatch. Knocked out of bounds. But great speed there from the Archers. And they're moving there to the basket quickly.
Lauren Psyche is one of the most dangerous players in transition in this league. Those no-look or cross-court, quarterback-style passes. There's not a whole lot of people that do it better.
She's got the ball here, flips it over to the far side and gets it back. She'll take another 3. Fernandez in her face. Doesn't matter. Knocks it down for Lauren Psyche, her 4th 3 of the game.
Oh, my goodness. And assists have been the highlight of her career here at Cardiff Met so far. But if she's going to add 3-point shooting, 4 for 5 so far in this game after about 11, 12 minutes played. She is going to be so dangerous next season.
Uh-oh, another three,
no.
a deep one.
No!
Oh, no! She's got another three.
Oh,
That's her fifth.
wow.
Steph Collins will laugh over there and then motion the team forward and keep the offensive press there. And that's going to be a foul on Lauren Shanahan. But Lauren Psyche's already got 5 threes, averages 27% from behind the arc this season. That's in the top 3 of the team. And, I mean, this is just what a game here right now for her. 15 points, all of them from behind the arc. Reese, wow. That's all you need to say.
We haven't seen three-point shooting like this in the Arches Arena all season. And you can just tell it's the confidence. She's caught fire. That one she missed was so close, and it was about 5 feet behind the arc as well. It's crazy what confidence and momentum does for a player.
25-point Archer lead here in the second quarter. Fernandez finally gets a shot there to drop for the Eagles. Their first 2 of the second quarter. They're now down 35-12. Jorgensen will drive inside and flip it back out for Shannon Hatch here. Mid-range, cuts it back. Shanahan moving it around. Shanahan will flip it back over to Levi Warren. Hatch on the interior here against Molly Arnold. Turnaround Jay, no. And finally, the Eagles catch a break and they'll get a rebound. Fernandez looking to drive inside on Jorgensen. Jorgensen does well to keep her out on the exterior of the paint. Misses the shot. Gainer on the offensive board. And she'll knock it back up and in.
And their offense so far has just been a bit too one-dimensional. I think it's too easy to defend for Cardiff Met. If they can just shut down Fernandez and stop Gainer from getting the rebounds, and Lauren Psyche makes her 6th 3 of this game.
6th 3, but also 13 assists on 15 made baskets for the Archers. There's an assist for the Eagles from Marina Fernandez. Great deep pass. Nice bucket there for Chloe Gainer. As we got a timeout call by the Archers here, 38-16. So an explosive game here for Cardiff Met. 6 threes for Lauren Psyche. She's on 18 points already to go with 5 assists. Reese, wow, what a start for her here today.
And this is not the game plan I expected for Cardiff Met. I expected, movement off the ball, movement with the ball, tiring out that Newcastle defense. And, Lauren Psyche did that at the start of the game, moving the ball around, and then she hit that first 3, and then she hit that second 3, and she just built up that momentum and that confidence and that courage to just keep taking shots. And I mean, why fix what isn't broken? I mean, 6 for 7 from 3 is unbelievable shooting. It's as big of a hot streak as we've seen here this season. It's never before seen unbelievable stuff from Lauren Psyche so far.
You will get no better than that, ladies and gentlemen. 7 of 14 from behind the line are the Archers today. 50% from there. But more importantly, I mentioned this stat right before the timeout was called. The Eagles just scored right off of this. But 15 made baskets for the Archers, 13 assists to go with those. That's crazy. I mean, they're just doing whatever they want passing the ball here today. You're about to see a lot more of that as well. And still, all 38 of these points have just come from the starting 5 for the Archers as well. Basically what it is, 29 points from Lauren Psyche and Shannon Hatch as well.
I mean, that's the story this season so far for Cardiff, man. It's been those two facilitating the offense, facilitating the scoring, the rest of the players, contributing assists and defensive pressure and, off the ball movement. Oh my goodness.
Nice swat there from Chloe Gainer.
But yeah, that's been the story this season so far for Cardiff Met. And in terms of the assists on the baskets, that's definitely part of their game plan here tonight, move the ball. I just haven't been expecting all this three-point shooting from Cardiff Met today, and, why not?
Well, Kim King does miss that 3 for the Archers. Finally, they'll miss one. 7 of 15 now from behind the arc. Marina Fernandez will set things up here. Gets the handoff from Gainer and loses it a little bit. She'll get it back with 10 seconds left to go. Drives inside to the free throw line, forced back out on the double team. Cardiff Met wisely not letting her score. Arnold, deep shot, whoa! And they get the offensive rebound, 2 seconds to go. They'll have to take another shot here for Deslaine Murphy. That one's going to be off the mark. A scary possession there for the Eagles. Doesn't go anywhere. Psyche fakes, spins around inside. Beats Rachel Bland, kicks it back. Warren, deep shot. Can't knock it down. Kim Kang on the offensive board again. Shanahan with 10 to go. Far side, Hatch is wide open. Just casually throws up another 3 and casually knocks another one down. 41 points for Cardiff Met right now.
Goodness me, 41 points for Cardiff Met, 18 for Psyche, 14 for Hatch. Goodness me. I was joking at the start about Shannon Hatch catching that scoring title and those unbelievable numbers she'd need to score as Murphy doesn't manage to put that one away. But it's possible when Cardiff Met are shooting like this.
She's got 14 points right now. Psyche, far side. King gets it back to her. Hatch on those 14 points. And she's about 60 points behind Brooklyn Pennell, so she'll need a massive performance here today to catch back up. Probably won't, but hey, you never know. Warren inside, 4 seconds to go. Far side, Psyche spinning up and under, lays it off the glass. She's not missing anything today, ladies and gentlemen. 43 points for the Archers, 20 for Lauren Psyche.
She missed that first, floating 2. And then I think she's hit every single shot since then. Unbelievable shooting from Lauren Psyche.
We had to wait a couple minutes for those Archers' points to start dropping, and now they've got 43. Psyche again, spinning around here. She'll hold things up and get it over to Shanahan. No look past to Shannon Hatch. Take a step back 3. No. Chloe Gaynor now driving inside. Psyche with another steal. Psyche to the opposite end. One-on-one here. She can pull it back or go strong. And she'll pull things back here. Oh, no, she won't. Dump off to wow. Dump off to Hatch. I lost things there for a moment. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I don't think anybody was. And then Hatch is fouled and will go to the free throw line for 2 more.
And again, that's another story of Lauren Psyche's game. The steal on the fast break when Newcastle looked to be going the other way. She gets the steal, takes it the other way, slows it up, and you think that the possession is dead, and she just gets that no-look pass straight into the paint to Shannon Hatch, results in 2 free throws here. The first one is knocked down.
Well, we talk about Lauren Psyche and Shannon Hatch a ton. I mean, they're just so consistent. Both scoring double digits, obviously. Shannon Hatch, 19.3 points per game. Psyche just about 15 points per game. Hatch knocks down both free throws. She's already at 16. These two have just been an offensive juggernauts for Cardiff Met this season, both in the top 10 in scoring the WBBL. And next season, you'll be looking for more of the same from both. If Cardiff Met are going to make the playoffs again, those are the two you need the things to come from, the big things to come from anyway. And I'll be looking for that next season. Hernandez gets it over to Bland, actually. Bland inside, catches the pass from Murphy. Mismatch there on Psyche, can't get the shot. Psyche will take us to the opposite end. No-look pass to the inside. Wow, what a play, what a great pass. Hatch lays it in off the glass again.
Goodness me, and Psyche on 20 points, 6 assists now, 2 steals. Wow, 3 rebounds to go with it.
Deep 3 from Fernandez, that one rolls in and out. Psyche's got it. Hatch is sprinting to the opposite baseline. You can already see she's looking for that deep pass. Psyche will come inside and instead beat 2 defenders, flip it over to Hatch, and it's knocked out of bounds. Archer basketball yet again. So 47-16, Cardiff Met are just dominant right now. It's a 31-point lead here, and it's only building. Psyche will finally come off the court. She's already got 20 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals for good measure. Marcazotti hands it off to Shanahan. Jorgensen's wide open, takes her time. Deep 2, rims in and out. And then it's knocked out of bounds. Eagle basketball. So Reese, on the Eagle side of things, we'll talk about them for a moment here. Haven't really needed to a whole lot this game. Cardiff Met running on a full court press here. But the Eagles, they were expecting a much better season than the one they've had. They were trying to get those top 4 seeds ahead of the playoffs, and just a disastrous year. Head coaching change halfway through the year, players leaving left and right, and now obviously you're going to miss the playoffs, likely finishing 10th. Just a tough season for them all around.
Yeah, and I think you can see this is kind of the epitome that, things have fallen apart out of the playoffs, and they've only sent 5 players on the road here today to the Archers Arena, and, I think that they're just going to focus on the offseason, trying to rebuild, trying to get a culture back together, trying to get a consistent coaching staff.
Fernandez fouls there.
Wow.
Good swat. Looked like she got the ball, but got a bit of Marcazotti's hand as well. So
yeah.
2 free throws to come here from Mara Marcazotti. I think we had a timeout called as well.
Yeah, I think their focus is on the offseason right now. I think they're just trying to get there. Second last game of the season for them here, and I think they just want to get there and rebuild and reestablish the culture that they had going for them in the first half of the season that, like you mentioned, kind of fell apart around January, February time when players started to leave and, they had a coaching change, So I think they just want to reestablish a bit of stability going into next season, and I think you can see that, they're just really not focusing on this game. It's for pride here today, and, given the current score line, I think Cardiff Met are going to be walking out of here with a little bit more pride to show of.
Well, safe to say, obviously, for the Eagles, it's, just been a tough season all around, like you said. Your 2 of your best players who have left, Ebony Horton went over to the Sheffield Hatters. That's 16 points per game that you've lost there. She went over to the Hatters. She's just an immediate starter for them. Incredible player. And then you also lost Abby Lowe, who we saw with the Durham Palatinites when she came here. Abby Lowe, I mean, she couldn't get minutes. Crazily enough, she was told she was not going to get enough minutes here with the Eagle squad. So she left, went to the Palatinites, and immediately averages 14 points per game with them. Just a major impact, 30 minutes a game. Incredible shooting as well, 30% from three. 30% from the field, 35% from the field, rather. Just a great player for them as they're looking to complete their playoff push. Palatinites, they have the tiebreaker over the Manchester Mystics, and they can make the playoffs. They just need to win here. One more win or keep things even with the Mystics, and they'll make the playoffs. Abby Lowe, a big part of that. So those are two major losses for the Eagles, and like you said, Reese, right now it's all about the offseason, rebuilding for the next, and see what comes there.
I think they could really do with the scoring output from Abby Lowe as Mara Marcazotti knocks down 2 free throws there. She had an unbelievable performance here for Durham a few weeks ago. And, you know, it seems like right now, as I've said a few times today so far, that their offense is extremely one-dimensional today. Fernandez seems to be their focal point with Gaynor potentially getting an offensive rebound, getting a putback, but, you know, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of trust and cohesion in this offense or in this team, really, that they brought here today. Only 5 players, as we've said multiple times already, and you know, I think you can just see with the scoring output and the defensive, or lack thereof, defensive showing here today. 3
from Wagstaff. That one's off the iron and out. If you're Coach Noelia Cachero for the Eagles, just take what you can out of this game, run whatever plays you can, and try to get something going ahead of your last game of the season against the Oakland's Wolves. Fernandez at the top of the arc here. Got a screen, finds some space, drives inside. She'll be fouled by Mara Marcazotti. I think they're actually going to call that one on Sarah Jorgensen. So 2 free throws to come here for Marina Fernandez. Fernandez is the leading scorer for the Eagles with 10 points. Chloe Gaynor with 6. And like you said, Reese, the offense basically going through those 2, and that's it. They're all 16 of those points.
I think you can also see with, you know, just their shooting. They've taken 28 shots here today, and Fernandez has taken 14 of them, so half. And Gaynor's taken 6, and then the rest of the squad combined has only had 8 shots between them. So, yeah, just a lot of focus on Fernandez, and especially, you know, if she wants to keep up the scoring, you know, she can go for it. But as this game goes on, those legs are going to start to tire, and I think it's just going to be a lot tougher to focus on one player on offense.
Oh, a nice little chant there from the crowd, trying to put her off. Can't do it. She's up to 12 points now for her. It's about her season average. Average is about 11.5 per game for the Eagles. On to 12 now. Marcazotti will flip it out to the far side for the Archers. King from 3. That one's going to be off again. Actually, get the own rebound anyway. Back over to her. Fakes and drives inside. Goes back to Jorgensen. She'll dump it off to Marcazotti. Wide open. Little pull-up J from 2. Got it. And now 51 points here for the Archers. Still 2:20 left in the first half.
That's Marcazotti's bread and butter right there. You know, just keep your position in the paint, stay outside the restricted zone, and wait for the ball to come to you. Use your size to put that bucket away as Fernandez knocks down another 2 right there. But I think with Marcazotti's size advantage, she should be able to get a pretty easy double-double so far today. Already on 9 points, 4 rebounds.
She's got it here. She'll knock down a 2, and she's up to 11 right now. And you've already got 3 Archers who are in double-digit scoring. And it's the 3 you'd expect. Marcazotti with 11, Hatch with 18, Psyche with 20. Fernandez driving inside, going up over Marcazotti, lays it up and in. So 3 straight scoring possessions there for the Eagles, all off the back of Marina Fernandez.
An impressive finish there. Tough one over Mara Marcazotti.
Fernandez, plenty of international experience. She's from Spain originally, from Barcelona, played there. Played in the United States in college, and now here at the Eagles. Deep 3 there from Wagstaff. That one's off. Fernandez will collect the rebound. She is on 16 points to go with 3 rebounds now. Minute 20 left here in the first half. Plenty of time left for the Eagles to run whatever play they'd like here. Fernandez will take a pull-up jumper from 2.
Wow.
Knock it down. 4 straight from Marina Fernandez.
Holy cow. Talk about players catching fire right now. Lauren Psyche in the first quarter, and now Fernandez for Newcastle here in the second quarter.
They cut it back down to a 29-point game, have the Eagles. Archers drive inside. Shanahan dumps it off. Jorgensen wide open. Triple. In and out. And Rachel Bland will grab the rebound here. Eagles will go up the floor. Eagles being out-rebounded 29-17 right now. Tough screen there. Jorgensen can't fight through it. And then we finally got a foul called. So Fernandez will go to the free throw line for 2 more here.
I think that 3-point shooting is started to dry up here for Cardiff Met. I think that's mainly been the substitution of Lauren Psyche and Shannon Hatch coming off the floor. Between them, they've knocked down 8 threes so far, and nobody else on the Cardiff Met squad has knocked down a single one here. And I think they're all just trying to get in on the action.
Well, only 4 Cardiff Met players have scored, and really it's just about, 3. Psyche's got 20, Marcazotti with 13, Hatch with 18. Sarah Jorgensen does have 2 points as well, and that's it. So your starting 5 has scored, and it's basically just your top 3 players who are scoring as well. So, you can rotate things around, obviously. And so with Psyche and Hatch off the floor, it's a lot of offense you're missing here. Fernandez will knock down the first free throw. So a good performance from her so far today. 80% from the free throw line. Impressive so far this season. Coming off her college, 2 years in college at North Dakota State. Knocks down the second free throw as well. She's part of their Summit League academic honor roll and the commissioner's list of academic excellence in the Summit League. So she's an impressive player. Lots of accolades to show for it as well. 53-26, bottom 30 seconds of the first half. Deep shot there from Wagstaff, still up and off the arc. Looking for her first points today in her last WBBL appearance here at home. Fernandez will drive, trying to go inside, loses the handle. Wagstaff with the steal, knocked away by Jorgensen. 15 seconds left to go in the first half. Wagstaff will hand it off to Jorgensen now. Will play for the last shot here, will the Archers. 7 to go. Jorgensen one-on-one with Fernandez, drives inside, kicks it back. King, pull-up jumper, 2, and it spins around and it's off. And that's how the first half will end here, 53-26. Archers just dominating right now against a depleted 5-man Newcastle squad. Reese, final thoughts here ahead of the end of this first half.
I think we should see in the second half, I think Cardiff Met have established a big enough lead here, and like we've been saying, it's basically been 3 players that have been scoring all the points. Only 2 points from Cardiff Met from players who aren't named Lauren Psyche, Mara Marcazotti, and Shannon Hatch. So I think we're going to see a lot more rotation. I think that rotation is going to be also due to the the lack of energy that Newcastle are going to have, and when you've got the legs on the bench that Cardiff Met do, you're going to want to see them on the floor a lot more. So hopefully we can see some players who maybe don't get the minutes and the points and the shooting opportunities in the second half that they usually get. So hopefully a better second half from a Cardiff Met perspective in terms of a team performance.
Well, 53-26, Archers just dominant right now. 27-point lead as we head into the break. We'll go into about a 10-minute break and be back for the start of the second half in about 10 minutes' time. Into the break here in Archers Arena in Cardiff, Wales. Cardiff Met 53, Newcastle Eagles 26. Welcome back, everybody. We're just minutes away from the start of the second half here live from Cardiff, Wales on the WBBL official YouTube channel. Cardiff Met in the lead, 53-26 over the Newcastle Eagles. Atticus Pete here on the play-by-play call today. Reese Jones joining me for the color commentary today. Reese, we have just seen a dominant first half from the Archers, one of their best halves all season, if not their best. And we're looking for more here in the second half. 53 points, all from the starting 5. Lauren Psyche leading the way with 20 points. Shannon Hatch with 18. Mara Marcazotti with 13. And that's about your entire scoring output. Sarah Jorgensen's got 2, and that's it. So basically, it's your starting 5 has been dominating right now. The starting 5 of the Eagles with just their 5 players here today. We're looking for more here in the second half, Reese.
Definitely, and I mean, looking at the scores in terms of the scoring output from each team in each quarter, Cardiff Met with 27 in the first quarter, Newcastle with 10, and then Cardiff Met with 26 in the second quarter. Newcastle picked it up a little bit with 16 with Fernandez going on a bit of a hot streak. She's on 20 points right now. She's on fire, especially at the end of that second quarter, and maybe a bit of a halftime break, a little breather is going to rejuvenate those legs and keep her going into the third quarter. But these are the numbers that we usually see in the Archers Arena this season, but in reverse, usually. Yes. We usually see Cardiff Met conceding 25, 26, 27 points and only being able to put up, at a max, maybe 16, 17 points per quarter. So it's really positive to see, that role switch here today. And I mean, it's quite obvious with Newcastle not having any subs. And I think Cardiff Met, not in terms of, playoffs or any seeding or anything like that, but they have something to play for here tonight, trying to get Sarah Wagstaff her final win here at the Archers Arena in her last game. And Newcastle, their season a bit dead in the water, not a whole lot to play for. Like you said at the start of the game, it was pride to play for, and that might have gone out the window at this point. So I said it before, I think they're just trying to go into the offseason, try to recuperate themselves and, get a culture reinstilled, get a head coach reinstilled, and get some players, signed on for the future. So I think, they're just trying to make it through these last 2 games, and Cardiff Met, I've actually got something to play for here at the Archers Arena in this second to last game of the season for them. So I think I'm hoping to see a bit more rotation in the Cardiff Met squad going into this second half, get some some bench points. It's really surprising. You know, bench points have been a huge issue for Cardiff Met all season, and even in such a dominant first half, 0 bench points. Like, if ever there was a game that we should see a decent number of bench points, it would be this one. But Cardiff Met coming out with their starting 5 that they had in the first half.
Well, let me clue you in, everybody, what we're looking for here. 53 points in the starting 5 for Cardiff Met. It's Sarah Wagstaff's last ever WBBL home game, her 107th WBBL appearance. Looking for some points from her here at home today off the bench. She's got 0 so far, 0 for 5 shooting. We'll see if she can get some here in the second half. Finish out her career here in Archers Arena. Dump off inside for the Eagles. They start off the second half. Gainer collects the pass from Fernandez, dumps it up and in. Good energy for the Eagles there as they start off the second half well.
Definitely positive momentum for them coming out of that halftime break.
Psyche now hands it off to Marcazzati at the top of the arc. 12 to go for the Archers. Again, that same starting 5 they had at the start of the game. Psyche will get it over to Jorgensen. At the baseline, pulls it back, 6 to go. Psyche wide open from 3, looks too far to the right than it is. King with an offensive rebound though. Jorgensen inside drive, no, still no. Eagles come away with it, good 2 possessions for them. Fernandez driving inside, 1-on-1, lays it up over King, it's off. We'll go to the opposite end again here. Psyche driving inside, hands it off to the backside. King from 3, it's out. Hatch offensive rebound, and she'll lay it, oh man, somehow misses.
Wow. So with the offensive showing that we saw from the Archers in the first half, not the greatest start in this second half, but very similar to how we saw them start the game. You know, missed a few early shots, and then once they got into their groove, they weren't missing anything.
Rachel Bland here at the top will hand it off to Murphy. Murphy takes the shot, it rolls up, and it bounces in. So the Eagles finally get somebody not named Gainer or Fernandez on the board. Lane Murphy with 2 points.
Took the words out of my mouth there, Atticus.
Indeed. Psyche at the top will hand it over to the side. King flips it to the far side. Hatch on the baseline here, takes a shot over Rachel Bland, knocks it down. 20 points for Shannon Hatch. She is tied for the game lead. Lauren Psyche, Shannon Hatch, and Marina Fernandez all on 20 points.
And just some great shooting here from Cardiff Met today. Shannon Hatch on about 66% shooting. Lauren Psyche on 70%. Mara Marcazzati from 83, all from the field. Really positive stuff from the Archers on offense.
Add a block to Mara Marcazzati's stat line. Gets it off to Psyche behind the back pass. Looking for Shannon Hatch a little too far. And she'll laugh that one off. That one's out of bounds.
Maybe a bit too much razzle-dazzle there from Lauren Psyche. A bit too confident with this lead that the Archers have got right now.
You can't blame her. You got to make a highlight play. It's just the 4th turnover for Cardiff Met, so that's not too bad.
Wow. Great numbers from them on that front.
Not a lot of turnovers from either side, really. 4 for Cardiff Met, 9 for the Eagles. This game has basically just been up and back. Gainer at the top here, won't take the 3, gets it over to Fernandez. She'll take it this time. That one's going to be off. Marcazzati collects her 5th rebound, dumps it off far, and that's going to be off Hatch's hands, out of bounds. So there's the 5th turnover for Cardiff Met, 25-point lead, Eagles to inbound.
That'll be Mara Marcazzati's 5th rebound. She's just 5 short of the double-double. Shannon Hatch already on the double-double. 20 points and 10 rebounds early in the second half.
Ball staying here with the Eagles. We got a foul there on Cardiff Met. So Eagles players still with 18 minutes left to play in the game. Well, 17:34 to be precise. All 5 of them are going to be on the court for all 40 minutes today. We'll see how they cope with things after that halftime break and going into the bottom minutes here. Dump off trying to find a pass inside, but a foul on the floor before that. Foul on Mara Marcazzati. That's going to be her 2nd foul. So Eagles to inbound here. Off to a good start here for them in this second half. Outscoring the Archers 4-2. Fernandez on the inside. She's going to draw a quadruple team there. And then it's going to fall off and away. Cardiff Met finally come away with it. Jorgensen leads it off to Psyche. Pull-up jumper from 2. No. So Cardiff Met just can't hit anything right now.
You'd think there was a better shot on offer there from the Archers. You know, the pull-up mid-range 2 in transition. Not an easy shot to make, especially when the momentum's going the other way.
Newcastle keep hold of it after the ball was on the deck for a moment. Fernandez gets it over to Arnold. She collects it, 5 to go, kicks it over to Bland. Pass too slow, can't take the 3. Bland drives inside, and then a foul on the floor there from the Archers again. So foul on Kim King. Newcastle doing well here. They've already got the Archers in foul trouble in this 3rd quarter. I'd
probably argue it's just been a bit sloppy from Cardiff Met coming out of the halftime break. You know, Too many fouls committed, too many missed shots. Different look from what we saw in the first half.
Definitely fair. That one knocked out of bounds off the Archers again, off Sarah Jorgensen's hand that time. So this will still remain Eagles basketball. Eagles now on 30 points, down by 25. 6:45 left here in the third quarter. We'll set up here, 4 players all around the paint. We're looking for a screen out to the top. Easy inbound to Lay Murphy instead. So Murphy with 10 to go here on the shot clock reset. Fernandez, 7 to go, waiting for the screen to come. Fakes, spins around on Jorgensen, tries to go up strong. Jorgensen forces the shot to miss, out of bounds, just chucked out there. I think this is actually going to be Newcastle ball. The call originally came that it was Archer basketball. They'll correct that. So still Eagles basketball, 3 seconds left to go. We'll count that as a Sarah Jorgensen block, I'll guess.
Gotta be. Absolutely stuffed.
Stuffed it, post-mortem block. First block of the game there for Jorgensen. So Bland inbounds it quickly to Fernandez. On the deck, she's got it to go up, and it's not going to fall. Good defense there. Psyche on the run. 3-on-3 here. Psyche spins around. She'll drive inside and just throw one up and in.
Wow. That's her bread and butter right there. The fadeaway off balance, mid-range 2.
The degree of difficulty multiplier does not apply to Lauren Psyche. Fernandez out to Gaynor, deep 2. That one's going to be off the mark. Actually looked like it was some 3, but an offensive rebound anyway. Murphy, 10 to go, tries to get it into Gaynor. It's going to be knocked down. They still keep hold of it. Gaynor once again, 5 to go. So I have to take the shot, step back. Murphy from 3, throws it up, air ball. And it's going to fall out of bounds. That'll be a shot clock violation first. So Reese, well, tough second half shooting so far for both teams. It's been an even second half so far. 4 points for both sides here after about 4.5 minutes of basketball. Psyche tries to find the pass inside. Marcazotti does collect it. King gets it back. 10 to go now. Long pass. Archers keep it in. Psyche, no look pass. Hatch wide open. Baseline 2. No. And another offensive rebound there for Marcazotti. 8 boards for her. King, deep shot, knocks it down.
Finally, 3-point shot hit there. And the first points of the half here for somebody that isn't Lauren Psyche, Mara Marcazotti, or Shannon Hatch.
Gaynor misses the shot. And the crowd starts the "We Want Wagstaff" chants. And Coach Steph Collins will oblige, try to send her into the game. Kim King will knock down a 3 before that. So 6 points for Kim King, 2 threes to go with those right there. 60-30, Archers doubling the score right now, on top by 30 points.
And that's what I wanted to see going into that quarter break. Some shots being made, first of all, from a Cardiff Met perspective, but also, you know, somebody else getting in on the scoring. Kim Kang with 2 threes there. Impressive shooting from her. And I mentioned it a few times this season. I've been here for 4 years now, been part of the analysis team here, and Kim Kang's been here just as long as I have. And in seasons past, she's been quite the sharpshooter, and she's been one of Cardiff Met's best threats from behind the arc. And this season we haven't seen it as much, but we've seen a few glimpses. We saw it last week against Leicester. She knocked down at least 2, if memory serves. And, you know, really positive to see her catch the momentum there with 2 in a row going into that timeout.
Well, the Archers lead by 30 here. 5:02 left in the third quarter. Wagstaff will check into the game for Kim Kang. So all 60 points here, Reese, like you mentioned, all coming from the starting 5. So we're looking for some points off the bench here. We're looking for them specifically from Sarah Wagstaff. Come on, it's your last WBBL home game. We'll see how many points she can get here.
There have been enough minutes off the bench, I think, to warrant some points being scored. Laura Shanahan with 10 minutes, but no shots attempted from her. She's not as much the one to pull up with some unnecessary shots. She's more of a mover and facilitator of the offense. But Sarah Wagstaff 0 for 5 so far. Levi Warren 0 for 3 from the field. So I want to see some points on the board from some of the bench players here from Cardiff Met.
Marina Fernandez on it here for the Eagles. No bench players available today for the Eagles if you're just joining us. 5 players is all they brought here to Archers Arena today. Gaynor spins around, takes the hook shot, and a foul called on Marcazotti there. That's going to be her 3rd. To the free throw line will Chloe Gaynor.
And this second half for Newcastle going very similar to the start of the first half that they had. The offense facilitating through Fernandez and Chloe Gaynor picking up the pieces from her. Only 2 points from Newcastle from anybody not named Fernandez or Gaynor.
Well, this game's been a very different story from the last time these two teams played. That game was all the way back in November 6th. Cardiff Met lost 45-80 on the road at the Eagles' Vertu Motors Arena. They won that game by 35, and for the Eagles, most of these players didn't even play that game. Fernandez and Gaynor came off the bench, and that is it. Every other player who played for them in that game is not playing in this game today, so tough one for them. Cardiff Met taking full advantage with the different Eagle squad they're seeing today. Hatch, deep two, can't knock it down. The Eagles will take control of the basketball once again. Rachel Bland on it here. She got it over to Fernandez. Fernandez drives inside, tries to beat two. Wagstaff checks two, and the shot won't fall. To the opposite end go the Archers. Wagstaff is open. And she'll flip it over to Psyche, who's wide open. No-look pass inside to Marcazotti on the leadoff. No. And then we got a foul called. Marcazotti will go to the free throw line for 2 more free throws.
I think looking again at the last time these two teams faced each other, it was definitely important to mention that Newcastle's team has drastically changed.
Yeah.
With Fernandez and Gaynor being the only 2 players to make an appearance from Newcastle's perspective in that last game. But Cardiff Met's team has also changed quite a bit. Their starting 5 from that game, Molnar, Issy Bunyan, Kim Kang, Levi Warren, and Shannon Hatch. Only 2 of the same starters in today's lineup from them, and Marcazotti coming off the bench, still recovering from injury, actually not playing any minutes in that appearance, and she knocks down another free throw there. So really important to focus on just the momentum swings for both teams coming out of that last matchup.
That's a good way to look at it, Reese, as Gaynor drives inside, lays one up, and it's going to be off. But they get the offensive rebound. So the Eagles just had that turmoil back in the January, February range. Players leaving. Knocked down a 3 does Rachel Bland. So 65-35 now. But the Eagles have seen their season go from decent to bad at the end of this one. For Cardiff Met, their season just started poorly. A 2-14 run. And then once Lauren Psyche got here, things started to change, and they've ended the season rather well here. If they can pick up their 4th win here today after Psyche's arrival, that'd be a good run to end the season, and then maybe you can get a 5th next week against Caledonia. But the Eagles, poor start to the season, good start to the season rather, and a poor end. And for Cardiff Met, bad start, but a decent finish. So good momentum to go forward for the future for the Archers.
And I think that's why I focus so much on the way that these two teams are trying to end their season. You know, Newcastle just trying to get into the break, into the summer to reestablish and regroup. Whereas from Cardiff Met, I think they're just trying to build some momentum going into the next season. You know, a lot of these players are going to be staying, hopefully, anyway. Sarah Wagstaff's going to be one of the biggest losses for them. But hopefully with the keeping of Shannon Hatch and Lauren Psyche and Mara Marcazotti, they can build on something and, you know, develop some of their bench players in Issy Bunyan and Karis Roy and potentially contend next seasons.
First free throw is going to be knocked down here for Marina Fernandez. That is now Fernandez's. Let's see here, 21st point. So she is 2nd in the game. Lauren Psyche's got 22 points for the game lead right now. 3:11 left to go in the 3rd. Fernandez will knock down both free throws. She's now on 22. Jorgensen takes things up for the Archers. Levi Warren back into the game for Cardiff Met. Marcazotti comes off. Psyche, top of the arc. Back to Wagstaff now. She's double teamed. Far side again. Psyche's open. Making the Eagles work here defensively. Tries to find the dump off to Warren. It's not going to work. Eagles come away here. Chloe Gaynor once again. Gaynor had a good impact for the Eagles here in the second half. Hands it off to Fernandez. Fernandez driving one-on-one with Hatch, and she'll lay it in off the glass. Good finish there from Marina Fernandez. And a timeout called by Cardiff Met.
And what I thought was a positive last possession that Cardiff Met had there. They were moving the ball, switching it from side to side there, but just no end product. Misplaced pass from Lauren Psyche, and a really, really difficult finish there from Fernandez to finish over Shannon Hatch. Shannon Hatch with the size advantage over her, and she didn't care.
Well, Marina Fernandez has 23 points on 8 made field goals today, so that's a good mark. I mean, admittedly, it's taken 22 shots to get there, but, you know, that's okay. She's basically taking all their team shots today. Chloe Gaynor has taken 11. Marina Fernandez has taken 23 shots between the two of them. They've hit 15 baskets. So, I mean, look, it's just going to be a tough game for the Eagles. You don't have anybody on the bench. You just have your 5 here that you brought down. You just got to do the best you can. And, I mean, got to be impressed. This third quarter has been pretty impressive for them. They've outscored the Archers 13-12. It's not much, but in the grand scheme of things, this first half was just really hard for them. This third quarter has been a lot better, and you've been led the entire time by Marina Fernandez and Chloe Gaynor, who stepped to the plate here.
And interestingly enough, you know, at the start of the game, I would have thought that Cardiff Met would have had the advantage coming out of the halftime break. But then going into halftime, I thought that Newcastle maybe would have had the advantage due to Cardiff Met potentially trying to throw in some squad rotation, going into this second half. But they haven't really done a whole lot of that so far. I mean, Levi Warren recently checking into the game, Sarah Wagstaff getting a few minutes here. But they still have Lauren Psyche, Shannon Hatch, and Sarah Jorgensen on the floor, and still not the same offensive showing that we saw in the first half from them.
Wagstaff trying to drive, get it over to Psyche instead. Baseline 2, no. You know what it is, Reese. Shannon Hatch now has 425 points on the season. She's 44 points behind Nottingham's Brooklyn Pennell. So if she scores another 40 here, you catch back up to that. That's what they're looking for. Hatch on the foul there.
Wow, if she dropped a 60 bomb here tonight, that would be... Oof.
Probably not going to happen.
Probably not.
Well, she's played 2 games less than Pennell, 1 game less, rather. And so after this game today, she'll close that gap on Brooklyn Pennell. Hatch should remain in second in scoring for the end of the season here in the WBBL. She's got 425 points now. Closest player behind her is Helen Naylor with 376. So she's got plenty of distance there. Again, Hatch averaging 19.3 points per game. Pennell with 20.4. Probably not going to catch her unless you have a massive explosion here. Well, you never know. Fernandez misses the shot. Gaynor collects the offensive rebound. And then we got a foul called once again. Cardiff Met foul on the floor, so Gaynor should go to the free throw line for 2 more here.
Cardiff Met actually in a little bit of foul trouble, actually. That's Lauren Psyche's 3rd. Mara Markzadi also on 3. Sarah Jorgensen on 2 and Kim Kang on 2. So as a team, you know, they're building up a lot of team fouls. But individually, if Lauren Psyche or Mara Markzadi pick up 1 more, they might have to be worried about potentially fouling out.
Well, if you're Coach Noelia Cachedo for the Eagles, you've got to like what you've seen here in this 3rd quarter. This has been an impressive return out of the halftime break, and they've just made Cardiff Met pay for silly mistakes and committed fouls. Left and right have the Archers. So Eagles cut this game back now to a 23-point game. That gap's too big, right? I don't know. Things have started to turn a little here.
I've seen crazier things.
Well, the Eagles have outscored the Archers 17-12 here in the 3rd quarter. Look, it's probably too big, but hey, you never know.
I think going back to Shannon Hatch, you know, being 2nd in scoring so far, I think what's so impressive is she's also top 10 in rebounds, averaging 8.5 in 9th place, and she throws up the 3, the long 2, that would fall, but she's been a true MVP here for Cardiff Met this season. Absolutely, doing it all.
We talked about the impact of Lauren Psyche on the team since she arrived, and she's obviously had a huge impact. Foul there on Levi Warren. 2 more free throws to come for Chloe Gaynor once again. But seriously, the reason why we can mention Lauren Psyche so much is because she's such a great base to build off of. Shannon Hatch knocking in almost 20 points per game and just really led this team from start to finish throughout the season. Been here for almost every game, and it's just had such an important impact on the squad. In her first season here, I mean, this is just really impressive from her. She's a huge piece for Cardiff Met as we go forward in the future for their WBBL squad.
And she was so big when Mara Markzadi was out the first half of the season with injury. She was, weirdly enough to say, she was their biggest player. Yeah. And the biggest player in terms of trying to collect rebounds, which is why her rebound numbers are so high. But she was so important to the start of that season, and she's actually continued that rebounding, even with Mara Markzadi reintroducing herself into this squad. I mean, last week we saw it against Leicester, that Mara Markzadi, even though she was in the paint, she was the one kind of getting bodied by a lot of the other big players that the other teams in the league have had to offer, as Shannon Hatch knocks down another 2 there. But it's been Shannon Hatch that's been collecting so many of the defensive rebounds. She just has such a good awareness of where the ball's going to fall.
She really does. She's got 22 points now to go with 12 rebounds. Eagles trying to cut the lead back again. Gaynor beats Hatch on the drive inside, knocks it in. So 67-46 now. Eagles have it back down to a 21-point game.
This is really, really impressive from Newcastle.
With just 5 players here, all 5 obviously playing all 40 minutes. Really good 3rd quarter from them so far. Jorgensen gets it back to Warren. 8 seconds left to go. Psyche's going to be wide open. Can't leave her that open. Doesn't miss it. Doesn't get it to drop, though. Warren on the offensive rebound. Tries to find Hatch. No. And Gaynor collects it, and we got another Archer foul.
Wow. It almost looks like Cardiff Met are the ones that don't have any subs. You know, Newcastle are the one that have brought the energy in this 3rd quarter. They brought the intensity, and yeah, they've been the ones drawing all the fouls and, you know, putting up more of the points. They're on an 18-12 run over Cardiff Met in this 3rd quarter. So impressive from them.
Well, these are trips 20 and 21 to the charity stripe for the Eagles today. Cardiff Met have only been to the line 7 times. Newcastle are 13 of 20 from that free throw line. And the only players who have connected from there, Chloe Gaynor, Marina Fernandez. Both have now hit 7 free throws between the two of them. So 67 to 47, it's down to a 20-point lead now. Cardiff Met need to make sure they don't let this lead slip away too much. Newcastle have a lot of energy here. Shanahan gets the pass, throws it away inside. Another Archer turnover. Bland collects it, hands it off to Fernandez. Fernandez will wait, won't drive inside immediately. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. She's got a screen from Gaynor, takes it, and gets the switch. That's the last switch you want. Hatch now. And she steals it away. It's off Psyche's foot, and that one's going to be called back. Yeah, that's the right call, and this will be Newcastle basketball.
Oof, that's so unlucky there from the Archers. Shannon Hatch did not know a whole lot about that ball.
She had a good steal to get the ball.
Yeah, it was unfortunate with all the effort that she was putting in there to try to recover that ball, and it just bobbled off her foot.
So Newcastle can effectively play for basically the last shot here of the third quarter. 17.7 seconds left in the third. And then there's a 14-second shot clock here. You run it down as best you can.
We've got our absolute all-star Luke mopping up the floor right now. Much appreciated from you, sir.
Knocks in a few chairs here along the bench and the sidelines just for good measure. So Eagles inbound it here. Bland gets it over to Fernandez. 12 on the shot clock, 14 on the game clock. It's about a 3-second difference. Gaynor inside, fakes. Hatch doesn't bite. She'll be forced to go back out. Collecting it is Rachel Bland, knocks it down. 3 seconds left to go. Psyche will throw up a prayer here. She goes around the back, throws it up from half court. Oh, and it's up and off. So that's how the third quarter will end, 67 to 49. Cardiff Met now, it's just an 18-point lead. Eagles really dominated that third quarter. Reese, I think we thought this game was just about over at halftime, but the Eagles have done really well to keep things close, and now it's an 18-point game.
That is a lot closer than it should be from a Cardiff Mets perspective.
Yep.
You know, I mentioned before this game started that in the second half of this game, it should be Cardiff Met attack Newcastle here. They've got the tired legs, but they don't seem to look that tired right now. They're the ones that brought that energy in that third quarter, and I think head coach Steph Collins is going to be telling them that they need to take better care of the ball, move it a bit more on offense, and stop committing some silly fouls as well. That slowed the game down for Newcastle and gave them some easy points from the line, and is a huge reason why they managed to claw their way back.
Well, it's a really impressive performance from the Eagles in that third quarter. Outscored the Archers 21 to 14. But really, these Eagles, most of this team played every minute of that game against the Essex Rebels that they lost this past week. That one 2 days ago, they lost 73 to 86 to Essex at home. That one officially knocked them out of the playoffs. But Chloe Gaynor played 39 minutes in that game. Fernandez played 40. Rachel Bland played 40. And Lane Murphy played 33.5 minutes. So, I mean, these guys have played a lot of basketball in the past couple of days. But they're doing really well to stick with things here. And they've cut this lead back down. Cardiff Met are keeping some of their best lineups on the court right now because they know this is really a threatening game here. The Eagles could come back and maybe get this back down to a single-digit lead.
I know. I think that's what's been so, potentially disappointing from the Archers in that third quarter was that they had their best scorers on the floor for the majority of that quarter and still got pretty much dominated in terms of scoring and just kind of effort in that third quarter. So hoping to see Lauren Psyche, Shannon Hatch, Martin Marcotti trying to hit their shooting form that they had in the first half.
King tries to continue that three-point shooting she had in the third quarter. That one's not going to fall. She'll get it back again. 12 seconds left to go for the Archers, up by 18. Psyche on the perimeter. Hatch, Fernandez checks to her. Psyche's going to be open again. Arnold fell off her defensively. Doesn't fall. Fernandez rips it down. Keeps hold of it, and we've got a foul called there on Kim Kang. That is her third. Fernandez looks like she got hit in the face there. She was spinning around with that ball. This will just be Eagles basketball. But already a first foul for the Archers, just 25 seconds into the fourth quarter.
That would have been a huge blow if Marina Fernandez went out with, concussion protocols there, if that was a more serious hit to the head.
Thankfully, she's okay. Chloe Gaynor driving inside, trying to beat Marcotti. Goes up strong. Good defense there from Mara. Not going to fall. And Hatch collects the rebound. Gets it over to Lauren Psyche. Going out to the perimeter with Shanahan. She won't take that shot. She'll spin it around and get it back to Lauren Psyche for the reset. Psyche around, beats 4, no-look pass inside. Marcazotti wide open, lays it up and in.
I think that's what they were missing for the majority of that third quarter, was Mara Marcazotti sitting for long periods of time, and that just easy dish from Lauren Psyche to Mara Marcazotti, or at least she makes it look easy. Chloe Gaynor knocks down another 2. She's had a really impressive second half.
69-51. It's still an 18-point game. Lane Murphy on the steal here. Fernandez can drive forward quickly. She's one-on-one with Psyche. King comes over to help, though, and she'll be forced back. Bland, Murphy, and now Molly Arnold on it. Arnold hasn't touched the ball a whole lot for Newcastle today. Bland from 3. No. Marcazotti with another rebound for Cardiff Met. 17 points and 8 rebounds to go with those. Shanahan, far side, fakes the 3. She's got a double team for some reason. Inside to Marcazotti, and, well, there's 2 defenders there, but that's just too easy for Mara Marcazotti. Timeout called by the Eagles, 71-51. Archers back up by 20.
And I think if they just keep looking for that, you draw Chloe Gaynor out to around the 3-point arc, and then you leave Mara Marcazotti, even if she's double teamed, with just an enormous mismatch inside. She doesn't even have to jump to put those away, and she's really developed a finishing touch in the second half of the season since her reintroduction from injury. I was a bit, I don't want to say frustrated, I guess, but, there were a lot of opportunities when she came back from injury that, she had the size advantage, she had the physical advantage, and she was right under the basket and just could not put away a lot of easy chances that I thought should have been gimmies. And I think we've seen her finishing touch return in the past few weeks and months, and that's really positive to see going into next season.
Well, it's been a great game here for her today. 19 points, 7 of 8 shooting from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line to go with 8 rebounds as well. For the Archers, I mean, look, it's been a good performance from them all around. That third quarter, obviously a little tough. Outscored by 9 against the Eagles. This fourth quarter is off to a better start so far. We'll keep that same lineup that they had coming into the timeout on the floor here. The Eagles looking to reset things and try to shorten up the score here going into the last 8:21 left of the game here. So this is the last home game of the season for Cardiff Met. They still have Caledonia to come on Sunday. They'll go on the road to the Caledonia Pride up in Scotland to finish out their season. And that will be that. Caledonia already confirmed their playoff spot. Fighting for seeding right now. Newcastle eliminated from the playoffs as well. Inside, Fernandez. Triple team here. Fernandez spinning around, tries to go up, and she's going to be, oh no, she traveled.
Goodness me. That was the only way she was going to break out of that triple team there.
I don't blame her. We'll give her that much. Psyche, top of the arc, gets it over to King. Gaynor checks to her. Back over to Psyche, wide open. Doesn't take it. Hatch from 2. Foul by Marina Fernandez. She'll nod. She knows it. That's a foul on her. Just her second of the game. Shannon Hatch will go to the free throw line.
I've been impressed with Newcastle's ability to, not be fouling so much.
Yeah.
That is only their 5th team foul the entire game so far, and that's been really impressive given, how easy it would be to just fall into a habit of trying to foul and, slow the game down. But Cardiff Met kind of did that for them in the third quarter. They were the ones that were doing the fouling.
They definitely did that in the third quarter, and they haven't done it as much in the fourth, have Cardiff Met. Taking advantage of those fouls here. Shannon Hatch will knock those down. So 72-51. Hatch gets one of them to fall. With a 21-point Archer lead. 7:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Last home game of the season for Cardiff Met and a Sarah Wagstaff's WBBL career. She's on the bench right now. That's another foul on Cardiff Met on Kim Kang this time. That's going to be her 4th. Reese, still no bench points for Cardiff Met.
That's got to be a huge issue that Steph Collins is definitely looking at.
Yeah. Murphy at the top of the arc here for Newcastle. Gaynor collects it. He's going to take his pulling around. Wow. Takes a spinning around jumper from 2. Knocks it in. 72-53. It's down to a 19-point game again.
Now brings Gaynor to 21 points now. Her on 21 and Fernandez on 25. Really impressive offense from those two in this game, but not a whole lot to speak of from the rest of the team.
Gaynor goes down. She gets up. Out of the picture. She should be all right. Jogs up the court here. Fernandez spins around. Drives up inside, lays it up and in. Beats Psyche and lays it inside. It's back to a 17-point game. This is the closest it's been for quite a while. Lauren Psyche's got it again. Far side. King looks for Marcazotti inside, doesn't like the look. Hatch now draws the double team. Good passing here from Cardiff Met, and then right as I say it, they missed the last pass. Looking for a tip off an Eagles player's hand. It's not going to be called. So this will be Newcastle basketball.
Sarah Wagstaff coming back onto the floor finally. I would love to see her get some points on the board in her last showing here at the Archers Arena.
She's got 13 minutes and 40 seconds on the floor so far. 0 of 5 from shooting. Hopefully on the floor for the last 6 minutes or so here. She'll get the chance for some more. Marina Fernandez takes it up for the Eagles once again. Molly Arnold now will try to find a pass, and that one's going to be thrown out of bounds, but they do keep hold of it. Gaynor, 10 to go. Drive inside, beats a defender, splits the double, and it won't fall. Shanahan to go up the court quickly for the Archers. Laura Shanahan pulls it back. Wagstaff is open. Shanahan dump off inside, looking for Marcazotti, stabbed away. Marina Fernandez with it again. Fernandez 1-on-2 here. She'll drive right up against Sarah Jorgensen, lays it up and in off the glass. What a finish from Marina Fernandez.
She has been so impressive in terms of, she knows that she's drawing so much contact and so much attention. She doesn't care. She's going to finish even with that heavy pressure.
Eagles bench locked in. They know they're still in this game. It's only a 15-point lead right now. Hatch from 3. Will quiet everyone on that Newcastle bench. Knocks it down. That's the dagger right there. Okay, there's still 6 minutes left. It's not really a dagger, but still. Great 3 there from Shannon Hatch. 75 points for the Archers.
26 for Shannon Hatch here today. 13 rebounds. Unbelievable.
Fernandez responds immediately for Newcastle. What a 3 from her. She's now on 30 points. Newcastle cut it back to 15.
Lauren Psyche is taking off her warm-up. She's going to be coming back onto the floor.
She has to right now. Cardiff Met in some trouble at the moment. Shanahan collects the ball at her feet. Out to Wagstaff again. She'll take a 3 here. It's too short off the glass. And she's going to be fouled. Molly Arnold on the foul there. That's the last thing the Eagles needed. So we're going to see those points here, right? Sarah Wagstaff to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Why did you have to say that, Atticus? The commentator curse.
No, it's going to happen. Wagstaff has consistently been a good free throw shooter throughout her career, averaging mid-60s. This year, 77% from the free throw line. Past few years, actually, she's been 70% or higher. So she's going to knock down at least one of these. We wait with bated breath here on the scores table. It's up, and it falls. I told you, Reese. First one drops in. First points of the game for Sarah Wagstaff here at home.
And hopefully not our last.
No, the second one's going to fall. You know it. Reese looks over at me out of the corner of his eye. That's my fault. My wife looks over at me and has the same look on her face. That's my fault. I apologize.
But she has a third.
I'll apologize to Sarah after the game. Misses the other one as well, but hey, she got one, right? Marcazotti collects the rebound, put on the line, out of bounds. So turnover there for Cardiff Met, but they still lead 76-60. Sarah Wagstaff with her first point of the game in her last WBBL home appearance for the Archers, number 107 total for Wagstaff. Gaynor takes it up for the Eagles. Only down by 16 with 5 minutes left to go. They steadily chipped into this Archer lead. Gaynor over to Bland. 12 to go. Psyche right in her face. Can't go anywhere. Inside to Fernandez. Fernandez, triple team, spinning, no. Cardiff Met well aware there's only 2 players who can beat you offensively. It's Marina Fernandez and Chloe Gaynor. Jorgensen tries to find a pass over to Psyche, but she's got it anyway. Hatch, corner 3, it's up, and it's off. Marina Fernandez with the ball now for the Eagles. 4.5 minutes left to go. Down by 16. Gaynor holds it up. Arnold tries to drive. Wagstaff does well to keep her out of the perimeter. Gaynor moving it around. Pull-up shot from 2. No. And the rebound falls to Psyche. Psyche tries to find an inlet pass. What a sliding save there. Great slide tackle there from Chloe Gaynor. Keeps the ball out.
A 2-footed challenge there to keep the ball. I thought it was going to actually nutmeg her there, but goodness me. Any opportunity to talk about a bit of soccer, football terminology from us too.
We're American. It's soccer. I still struggle with that. Been here for 7 months in the United Kingdom, and that's still a problem for me.
I've been here for 4 years. It's still a problem for me.
There you go. Well, great sliding challenge there from Chloe Gaynor. Keeps the ball here on that end of the court for Cardiff Met. 4 minutes left to go just about for the Archers. Psyche over to Hatch, driving inside, flips it back. Moving the ball around well here. Psyche at the top once again, tries to find Hatch on the interior, knocked out of bounds. Still Cardiff Met basketball. 7 seconds left on the shot clock here for Cardiff Met.
Well, I think the Archers have changed up their game plan on offense a little bit, and I think Newcastle have tailored their defense to that. I think they've been clogging up the paint, trying not to let nearly as much penetration as there was in the first half, and they're going to allow them to shoot from outside. Because Cardiff Met have been pretty cold from behind the three-point arc.
Right as you say, Reese, Sarah Wagstaff from downtown knocks it in. Her first three of the game. The crowd erupts. That could be her last three here as part of the WBBL. What a shot.
If there was anybody in any occasion to break that commentator curse, I am so glad it was Sarah Wagstaff in her final game here from downtown.
No better person to do it. 18 years here at Cardiff Met, all-time legend. Marina Fernandez tries to respond. No, Rachel Blank collects the missed shot. On the ground, that one's going to be stolen away by Psyche. Flips it off inside, Hatch. And she's fouled by Rachel Bland here. We'll go to the free throw line for 2 more. That one brought the Archers crowd to life. 79-60, it's a 19-point lead. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left to go. Sarah Wagstaff with the three. That's the dagger three, Reese.
That's it. I mean, there really should be a dagger with the lead that the Archers have had at certain points of this game. At one point, it was just about 30 points, and I think I'm really happy to see Sarah Wagstaff, knock down that three. We've seen, speaking of the crowd erupting, we've seen lots of cardboard cutouts of her face and on sticks, and this crowd is just as appreciative as we are and everybody at Archers basketball here for Sarah Wagstaff's time at this club.
Well, she walked over to the bench for a second, and then the lights came out as soon as she got there. Indicative, I suppose, of the retirement. Although I'm sure it was just somebody who hit the wrong light switch. I don't know where from. There was nobody near that switch.
So Archers Arena is haunted officially.
Ghosts. Our producer Kayla points to the far side, and it's actually there's 2 light switches for that part, so must have been the one that we weren't looking at.
Or it's haunted. One of the 2.
Haunted maybe for the Eagles as they're down by 21 here. Gaynor, drive inside on Marcazzati, swatted down, and then a foul call. Mara Marcazzati's face is the best part of the game today. She is incredulous about that one. Only got the ball, and she'll laugh it off.
In absolute disbelief there. She's talking to the referee here, and I don't know. I can't tell. It was close. It was a heavy block.
She got the ball.
I thought it was ball as well.
Well, it's her 4th foul regardless. So she'll send Gaynor to the line for 2 more. Chloe Gaynor been to the line 10 times today. Most of anyone on the court. She'll knock that one down. 8 of 11 from the free throw line is Chloe Gaynor on 22 points. Really impressive performance from her and Marina Fernandez today. They've been on the court for every minute. Gaynor on 22 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 assists. Knocks down both free throws as well. 81-62, Archers on top by 19 with 3 minutes left to go. Hatch dumps it off to Wagstaff. Jorgensen now on it. Wagstaff's wide open, she'll take another 3. That one too short. Hatch on the offensive rebound, lays it up, and doesn't fall. And Eagles on the run here, 2-on-1 here. Marina Fernandez will pull up from downtown, try to knock it in. No, offensive rebound from Chloe Gaynor, going up strong. And then a foul there, no foul. A block from Sarah Jorgensen, her 2nd of the game. And Archers come away with it.
It's an impressive defense in terms of standing up and not committing the foul. That's twice now. You just said 2 blocks that she's played perfect defense in those situations.
Wagstaff will take her time, decide to take the 3, won't fall. And the quick pass forward stolen away by Lauren Psyche once again. That's going to be Psyche's 3rd steal already. One of the league leaders in steals, averages just under 3 per game. She's already got 3 here. Psyche with the ball again at the top of the arc. Wagstaff 10 to go. Inside for Hatch, spin around 2, no. Newcastle on the board. Rebound number 13 there for Rachel Bland. Fernandez at the top of the arc, she's double teamed. Jorgensen will take the single handoff there. Drive inside for Fernandez, and she'll be fouled on the reach by Jorgensen. That is going to be her 3rd foul. An inbound here to come for the Eagles.
I've been so impressed with the Eagles in this second half. I said it before, but I really thought that the legs, tired legs, as you said, 3 of these players playing 40 minutes in that game just 2 days ago. And then all 5 of these players out here today playing the full 40 minutes here. I've been really impressed with their resurgence in terms of energy in the second half. They definitely dominated in terms of energy and effort in that third quarter, and they've kept it up in this fourth quarter. Cardiff Met found their finishing touch a little bit again that they had in the first half in this fourth quarter, and that's contributed to them leading the scoring in this fourth quarter just slightly, 14-13. Really impressive stuff from Newcastle, and as I've said, their season, they haven't got a whole lot to play for, and I'm just really impressed to see, especially Fernandez and Gaynor, contribute so hard and leave it all out on the floor. Fernandez on 32 points, Gaynor on 23, Fernandez on 7 rebounds and 3 assists, Gaynor on 9 rebounds, 3 assists, so really impressive stuff from those two, but every single player on the floor from them playing every single minute. I know I definitely could not do that right now. 40 minutes on the basketball court is a long, long time.
Well, don't let the scoreline detract from this Eagles performance. Obviously, this has been a tough game for them. They're down by 19 here, but this has been really impressive as well. They're missing so many players. Maddie McVicker is their leading scorer with 15 points per game. If she's in the game here, I mean, this game's, you're basically at a tie game with that. So they're not far off, and they've really done well with just a 5-person lineup here.
If it was genuinely McVicker here, and then maybe, Arnold or Bland coming in off the bench for a few minutes here, this could be a totally, totally different game.
Jorgensen with the steal again for Cardiff Met. Hands it off to Hatch, far side. Trund looking for Wagstaff there. That one's going to be too far, but she'll keep it in. Psych hitter, heavy pressure. So drive inside, 10 to go. Dumps it off to Marcazotti, and that's an easy layup again from Mara Marcazotti. Another assist for Lauren Psyche, her 14th of today. Fernandez driving inside, beats 2 defenders, gets 2 more to check to her. Gaynor on the offensive rebound. 1 minute left to go in this game. 21-point Archer lead. Bland from 3. It's off, and Hatch with the rebound. So we haven't mentioned that enough today. Lauren Psyche, 22 points, 14 assists to go with 6 rebounds and 3 steals as well. Just a dominant performance from her all around. 10 seconds to go. Hatch gets it back to Psyche. We'll reset things here. 6 to go. Looking for the far side. Jorgensen will need to take the shot. 2 seconds left. And they run out of time. That's the end of the shot clock.
And I could see Sarah Jorgensen and Lauren Psyche just trying to get Sarah Wagstaff on that last shot there. Ran out of time, unfortunately.
Couldn't find the play they liked. So the shot clock runs out. So 38 seconds left to go just about here in the game. 83-62. Archers on top by 21. Eagles have 1 more shot, and that will likely do us here.
This will be the end of our time here in the Archers Arena as a commentary duo, unfortunately.
I know. It's been a lot of fun to commentate this team throughout the season, Reese. We've been here for a lot of home wins. In the back half of the season, it's just been a lot of fun to do this with you. I'm really grateful we've had this chance, man.
Yes, sir. Never be the same.
No, indeed. Shot clock just about matches up with the game clock. Archers will run it down and take 1 more shot here. Sarah Wagstaff will run things out. Shot clock will expire, as will the game clock. And that's how this game will end. 83-62. It's a 21-point victory here for Cardiff Met here at home in the last ever appearance in the WBBL at home for Sarah Wagstaff. Number 107 overall for her. Archers win by 21. Reese, final thoughts here today and on this season at home for the Archers.
Impressive turnaround here in the second half of the season here for the Archers. It was tough in the first half of the season, commentating on so many games and, just not really even competing in some of the games there. And it was just a really tough start to the season. And I'm really impressed with the turnaround that they've had in the second half of the season, getting some wins on the board here. And, like we've mentioned, the introduction of Lauren Psyche and the reintroduction of Mara Marcazotti from injury, combined with Shannon Hatch's just MVP level season that she's had. Really, really impressed with the team going into the summer. Still only 4 points off the bench for them, so I think that's something that they need to build on. But I think, with Issy Bunyan and Karis Roy here, that's a different story. But really, really impressive stuff from a Newcastle perspective as well. I really thought that they were going to be down and out in the second half, and they proved me wrong. They came out of the blocks and really gave it their all through Fernandez and Gaynor in particular. 23 points and 32 points from them, respectively. So impressed with them. Great performance here from the Archers Arena for Sarah Wagstaff's last game, though.
We're going to go over and have a presentation here for her final appearance here today. Thank you for joining us here on the WBBL official YouTube channel, live from Archers Arena in Cardiff, Wales. Today's game will end Cardiff Met 83, Newcastle Eagles 62.